Okay, so today I'd like to show you how to draft a two-piece sleeve. This is the finished drafting. I'm going to repeat. So as you can see, in order to draft two-piece sleeve, you must have done already the jacket drafting. Okay. This drafting, the sleeve, you need the jacket armhole. Okay. And then, so this is the jacket armhole, and using that, you develop the sleeve and then create the top sleeve and the under sleeve. Okay. So in a separate sheet of paper, probably that will be better. You will trace that armhole, okay, and the bust line. Bust line meaning the bottom of the armhole, you have horizontal line. Okay. And this is the very important part that is called R point. Of course, this depends on the system of drafting. Some may call it different alphabet number, but I call this point, bottom of the armhole, as R point, and this is the U point. Okay, this is any jacket, if you see the drafting, must have this point. It's a very crucial point. Now, if you remember, a few weeks ago, I think, beginning of the semester, I showed how to draft the jacket. Okay, so this is the handout I gave it to you. So as you see, this is the front and the side panel and the back jacket, and you see this is the R point and this is the U point. Okay, now besides those points, you need another very important line, which is a shoulder blade line. Okay, it is not really coincide with actual shoulder blade line, or it doesn't go through the neck of the shoulder blade, but rather it will be, if you can see, the back neck point, between back neck point and the bust line divided by 2, so that will be the line referred to as shoulder blade line. So you would need that line too. All right, so let's start drafting the sleeve. Now I use this armhole measurement. So my armhole measurement is, total armhole measurement is 23. Okay, my total armhole measurement is 23. Okay. So you would need a calculator to determine the cap height. Okay. So in order to determine the cap height, the formula I'm going to use is armhole, total armhole, divided by 3, okay, and add 3/4 inch. Okay, so 23 divided by 3 plus 0.25. So that'll be about 8 inches, 7 1/8. Okay, so here, this is the U point. Okay, so from the U point, you would draw the vertical line. Okay, when you draft, you always be conscious of horizontal line and vertical line. Okay, so you're going to draw through the U point, erect the vertical line. Okay, so that will be 7 1/8. Okay, for my formula. Okay, so that you determine the cap height and use the L square and just draw the guideline at the top. Yes. Okay. So I just determine the cap height. Next, I need to determine the width of the sleeve. Okay. So width of the sleeve. So this is where you need this shoulder blade line. So you extend this shoulder blade line all the way here. Okay. And then I need to determine the width of the sleeves. How you decide the width of the sleeve is I use this formula. Armhole divided by 2, okay, minus 1.5. Okay. So my armhole is 23 divided by 2 and 11.5. So minus 1.5 is 10. Okay. So this the formula minus 1.5 is the given number, but this controls the width of the sleeve. Okay, so if somehow end up your sleeve getting too big or too much ease, then you may want to change it into 1 3/4 or more, so that you get the lesser amount. Okay, if you happen to be sleeve became too narrow, then you can, instead of -1.5, you can do -1 1/4 or something like that. Okay, all right. So I measure from here, U point, okay, and then keep this as a pivot, and you pay attention to the number on the ruler, which is here. My answer is 10. Okay, so you keep pivoting. It's like using the compasses, right? And you pivot here, so my 10 inches here. So you rotate until it intersect with the shoulder blade line. So do like this, like that, okay? And it will be here. So then when you do, so you mark, okay, and then go straight up like this. Okay. So now I have height, cap, sleeve cap height, and then sleeve width. Next, I will going to mark the cap sleeve length. Okay. So the line you drew, the U point, I will go down all the way, just long enough line you draw. Okay. Okay. Then you're going to mark the sleeve length. Okay. So before you mark sleeve length, you need to mark the cap, the shoulder point on the cap. Okay. So how to mark the shoulder point on the sleeve is that on the top, okay, at the top, you're going to mark the middle point. Okay, from the middle point, you measure 3/4 to the back. Okay, so my measurement is about 9 inches, so 4.5. This is the middle point. Okay, it's about halfway, and from there you mark 3/4. Okay, so which is here. Okay, 3/4. Okay, so that this becomes the shoulder point. Okay, so from there I will mark the shoulder sleeve length. Okay, my sleeve length is 23. I will add 1 inch extra, so total is 24. Okay, so again you keep this pivot point as a pivot, and then my sleeve length is 24, so keep the pivot, and you find the intersecting point, which is here. Okay, so then you mark. Okay, let me mark in the middle. Okay. So then draw the straight line here, like this. All right. Then after that, we will come back here and then finish the sleeve opening. All right. Then let me finish the cap area first. Okay. So I'm going to draw the cap here, and first I'll complete the top part. Okay. So anytime you draw the curved line, you would draw first a straight guideline. Okay. So from this point to shoulder point, I would draw a straight guideline first. Okay. And then about the middle, you can eyeball it and go out 1/2 inch, and then you mark just a guide point. Okay. So now you can draw the curve from here using the French curve. Okay. And you can complete the cap like this. Okay. So this will be 1/2 inch. Next, I need to draw this curved line here. Okay. So from this intersecting point to this point, you will divide in half, and then move 3/8 to this direction. Okay, so this is about 5 inches, so 2.5. Okay, and from there you move to the front and 3/8. Okay, so this is halfway point of these 2 points, and then you mark 3/8 to the front. Okay, so this will be the point. Now you will connect this point to the shoulder point with a straight guideline. Okay, and then about in the middle, you mark 5/8 out. So it's about 5/8 is here. So you just mark the point. You know the curve sleeve cap. Front is a little more pronounced. The back is a little bit less, right? So you use the French curve to do that. Okay, it's kind of like a more concave, a convex curve. So like this. Okay, so this would be about 5/8. Okay. So these numbers are just the reference numbers. So you will pay more attention to the line's continuous smooth line. That is more important. Okay. Okay. So next, I like to work on this area. Okay, the front seam. Okay. Now the front seam, if you know that you don't see the front seam when you see the jacket because it's slightly hidden. Okay, so that we need to make a back top sleeve wider, front sleeve narrower, so that you can hide the front seam. So how you do that? All right. So this is the important area to do that. Okay, so this from R point to U point. Okay, so I want to talk about briefly about this U point, how you get U point if you don't have it. Okay, so this is your jacket armhole. Okay, so if you place this ruler, okay, keep it absolutely vertical. Okay, and then you shift toward the armhole. Okay, so you can see this is the deepest point of the armhole. Okay, so from there you draw the line, guideline, and then 1/4 inch inside, and that the line intersect with the armhole will be about where the U point is. Or if also other indication is that from the bust line, you can measure 1 1/4 inch, about 1 1/4 inch. So that will be coincide with this point. Okay, so you can find this point first before you draft this sleeve. Okay. Now, from this U point to the R point. Okay. So first, I will raise 1/4 inch, like this, about 1/4 inch. Okay, and then draw a little guideline. Okay. So from the line I drew, so this line, I wanted to flip and then draw this line, copy this line and then flip and then trace onto this side. Okay, so I would just use a little piece of paper. Okay, and like this. Okay, then I will just trace that part. Okay, and let's see, this is this. Okay, so trace that. Okay, so traced, and then make sure you clearly mark the intersection point. Okay, so then you will flip. Okay, like this. Okay, then you will either use tracing paper if you have. Okay. So select this one again, and you carefully trace that curve. Okay. So like this. So I flip the mirror image, and this will be the curve. Okay. So like this. Okay. So again, this is very important. This curve is a mirror image on this line, and then you trace it to the other side. So you mark clearly, mark the same width on both sides. Okay. Now once you mark this point, you will draw a vertical line, again, vertical line.